Hey everyone, I'm Paige Tyler, and if you don't already know me, I write romantic suspense and paranormal romantic suspense along with my hubby. We've got Werewolves in the SWAT Special Wolf Alpha Team and Stat Special Threat Assessment Team series, Shifters in the excerpts series, and Navy SEALs in the Seals of Coronado series. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're a regular, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the book Seal in Deep Waters from our Seals of Coronado series. So in the book, Petty Officer Ace Harmon is a Navy SEAL from Team 6, and he's in trouble. Someone has put out a contract on his life, and he has no idea why. Ace gets yanked off his deployment and dropped off in San Diego, home of SEAL Team 5, and given one simple order: lay low. Sounds easy enough. Things are going well, and he's fitting in with his new team, like the band of brothers they are, but then he meets Tabitha Turner, or Tabby for short, and things get complicated. She's more than amazing, but should he be risking his heart when he won't be staying in San Diego for very long, either because the Navy will find the person trying to kill him, or that person will succeed in killing him? What's a Navy SEAL supposed to do in an impossible situation? Well, Ace is about to find out. Tabby was never intended to be a main character with her own book. She was a spunky sidekick in a previous book called Seal with a Secret, and that's where she was supposed to stay. But as sometimes happens, the character refused to stay in her lane, jumping off the page and demanding more screen time. In this case, that meant her own story, and her very own Seal to fall in love with. Larissa, one of the other characters in the book, who had her own story not too long ago in Seal with a Secret, is actually inspired by a super sweet reader I met at a conference and really connected with. Lane, her book boyfriend, is actually her husband in real life, who is also in the Navy. Now, we never decided on the name of the books in this series, and I'll have to rewrite them. We have a big list of book titles that include the word seal in them, and after we read the book, I picked the name that seems to fit the book best. One of the tropes for this story is about taking a risk and trying to have a relationship with someone when you aren't sure how long they're going to be in town. That idea was somewhat inspired by my relationship with my hubby. He's retired from the Army now, but he was active duty when we met and had already been on station for longer than normal. The whole time we dated, we kept waiting for him to come down on orders to leave. That's why we got married less than a year after we started dating. 6 months after that, we came down on orders for Korea and moved there, which was an absolutely awesome experience. So in a way, that part of my life became the inspiration for this book. Ace wasn't looking for anything or anyone when he showed up in San Diego. He was hoping to keep his head down and keep someone from putting a bullet in it. Then he met a complete stranger and everything changed. It was impossible to put into words what attracted him to Tabby. She's just this free-spirited with a huge smile and a lust for life. She's bold and unapologetically bodacious, and he fell with a thud. Now, Tabby had never done the long-term relationship thing. She always enjoyed herself when she could, and then moved on before things got too complicated. There were dozens of reasons why nothing could ever work between them, including the fact that Ace was supposed to leave soon, if someone didn't kill him first. Yet it happened anyway. They both caught the feels, and there was absolutely nothing they could do about it. So why should you read this book? Well, if you love reading about a romance that couldn't possibly ever work, yet it does anyway, this book is for you. Ace and Tabby's story just goes to show that you find the best things when you're not even looking. Throw in a bit of found family, heart-stopping adventure, steamy romance, and some much-needed laughter and fun, and there's something for everyone. Now that I've told you all about Seal in Deep Waters, how about an excerpt? This scene is right after Ace and Tabby's first date. I had a really good time tonight, Ace said, gazing down at her warmly. Meeting you made a rather crappy day a lot better, so thanks for that. Tabby couldn't help but smile. I did too, she admitted, shuffling her feet to close the distance between them. Maybe we can get together again. I'd like that. He gazed down at her lips, his expression hungry. And when we do, I want to hear more about this job of yours at the Ballet Academy. Tabby blushed a little. I don't do much more than keep the lights on, maintain the AC and plumbing, design and build the set pieces used in production, sew costumes, and do a little makeup now and then. Sounds like you're a regular MacGyver, he said with a chuckle. I have been known to work magic with a paper clip, she laughed. So what about tomorrow night? We can do a more traditional dinner at a restaurant or something. He nodded, his gaze lingering on her lips again, like he was entranced by the sight of them. Sounds like a plan. I have to see what happens tomorrow at work first. I have no idea what they'll have me doing or exactly how much free time I'll have. Tabby wondered for a moment what a SEAL did on a day-to-day basis, but she bit her tongue, deciding she didn't honestly want to know. So instead, she turned her attention to a much safer subject. Speaking of work, she said, reaching up to caress his beard, I assume this will be gone the next time I see you? He gave her an apologetic smile. I'm afraid so. While we're allowed to get a little scruffy while downrange on long missions, we're expected to play by the rules once we're back home. So by tomorrow morning, the beard will be gone. Pity, she thought. Then I should probably take advantage of the opportunity while I have it then, Tabby said, going up on her toes at the same time she wrapped her arms around his neck to drag his face down to hers. She moaned softly as Ace's arms wrapped around her back and tugged her even tighter to his strong body, not sure if it was his lips on hers or the feel of all those muscles that did it for her. But whatever it was, she definitely wanted more. She parted her lips, sighing as Ace's tongue teased hers. He tasted scrumptious. They'd been making out for several exquisite moments before Tabby noticed that something was different. It took another second or two to realize it was the beard and mustache. She'd kissed her fair share of guys over the years, but for some reason none of them had ever had a beard or a mustache. It struck her then how incredibly soft his facial hair was. The sensation against her skin was unusual and oh so delicious. Kissing Ace was totally next-level stuffed. After they both stepped away and got their breath back, the two of them exchanged phone numbers. Ace promised he'd call her or text as soon as he figured out what his schedule was for the next day. Tomorrow, then, Tabby whispered, moving in for another quick kiss before slipping into the front seat of her car. After Ace closed the door for her and turned to walk over to his own car, Tabby sat there gazing at him, the skin of her lips and chin still tingling a little from his scruffy kisses. I am in so much trouble, she said quietly, even as she silently calculated the hours until she'd see him again. I hope you enjoyed that behind-the-scenes story look at Seal in Deep Waters. If you grab a copy, let me know how you like it. And remember, you can read the books in this series in any order because after you read one, you'll want to read all of them. I'll be posting videos about each book in the Seal of Coronado series, giving you an inside look at the characters and talking about how he came up with the story, as well as lots of other stuff. So if you enjoyed this video and want to see more, click on that subscribe button. Also, the links to the Seals of Coronado series and my website, as well as social media, are in the description, and the link to Seal in Deep Waters. If you have any questions or comments, post them below, and I will answer them. Oh, and there's a link to a free book there, too. It's called Seal of Her Dreams, and it's from Seals of Coronado series. I know you'll love it, so grab your copy. Happy reading, and I will see you next time.